the party. Like, we're turning up with you, Jason. Congrats, first of all. This is a big moment in your career right now.
It is. It's awesome. I cannot believe this is happening right now. I just did the haka on the blue carpet.
I know. It was an amazing performance. Your family's here. It's a family affair. Your kids. They actually have cameos in this film. Can you tell us how big the cameos are?
Yeah, they were extras in it, but I think James cut them out, so.
Cut them out? They're adorable. Why would they cut them out?
I don't know.
So
We'll find out.
this is the first solo film. You know, we actually see Aquaman and we learn more about him. What do you think fans are going to take away from seeing Aquaman in the standalone film?
I think it's just a little more relatable. I don't know. He's a flawed character. That's why I enjoyed playing him. He's learning at the same time. It's all the people that are around him that believe in him more than himself. So, which comes down to life. I mean, it's the people you surround yourself and people that raise you up to the next level. So.
One more question before I let you go. In an interview, you recently said that you can understand if Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill decided to step away from Batman and Superman because there's other opportunities to take.
He's absolutely not.
Of course, I don't want him to.
He loves the character and he's not. 100%.
That's not gonna happen.
No, it's absolutely not.
Right, so here we have Jason Momoa saying, you know, he should talk to Henry Cavill, and he's definitely on board to play him, which is good, right? That's, as far as Henry Cavill wants to play, that's what he wants to do, right? So, and of course, the Aquaman, because it's made so many money, it's actually shoving all those people that didn't want to see it. And talking about the guy that didn't want to see it, I recently clicked onto this video here. It says the DC Extended Universe is literally a joke, right? By Fact Fiend with Carol Smallwood. And believe me, he looks like he has Smallwood. Because he still didn't get the BVS, right? He is, of course, he's talking about, is the DCEU a connected universe? Well, of course, there's a lot of debate about that because Zack Snyder had a vision for a story he wanted to tell. He wasn't really interested in starting a whole universe up by itself, and even if he did at one point, that was taken away. So of course Warner Brothers had to change their minds about having anything connected. Not only that, if it was far between getting writers to come in to write a Superman film or getting writers to come in to do a Flash movie, they weren't getting it. So they had to put the back burner DC Extended Universe. That is the way we think about it. I don't think about it as a connected universe anymore. And it's not a bad thing. We're already talking about the Joker movie and other movies in the pipeline that might have nothing to do with the so-called timeline that we have, right? Because the Joker movie has got nothing to do with what's going on before. It's been played by a different person. We've heard about Jared Leto being the Joker. So we're going to have two Jokers. So it's stepping into something different. But of course you're going to have all these people that just love Marvel, and they're comparing it to what they have, which is a standardised TV show ending with a big cliffhanger. Right? But this guy goes on and he's talking about BVS, and he's talking about the wheelchair incident, the bit when he's in court. And he just stands there and the wheelchair explodes and Superman stands there and he's very hurt and stuff. Does this guy not get the fact that, you know, that was to tell a story? That if he watched the extended universe, the extended Ultimate Edition, he would have realised that the wheelchair was made out of lead. He couldn't see it, he wasn't expecting it. Superman does not go into a room with X-ray vision and X-ray everything on the planet. Not only that, how does he move that quickly or whatever to not hurt anybody? He wasn't expecting it. By the time the explosion went off, the guy mentally was drained. He was already getting crucified by the people on Earth, but saying he's interfering too much. People are seeing him as a bad guy. They're burning fake voodoo dolls of him around the place. The guy's soul has been broken. But does this guy even think to to even contemplate that this is showing a character that's more than just two-dimensional Boy Scout, and everything he does or any room that he goes into, he's automatically going to be saved. No, because then that will make the character boring. So, of course, this guy, straight away, at the start of this DVD, says, are you going to be watching Aquaman? No, straight hate straight away, already saying, I'm not going to watch it because the extended universe is literally a joke. That's the name of the video, it's literally a joke. So, I'm a biased, I can see his point, maybe because he's a Marvel fan, right? And he enjoys that sort of cinematic universe, and there's no way he would come to a DC. Whereas myself, me, yeah, I could be biased. You could say I'm biased because, and I've seen the Marvel universe, I've seen the movies, and do all of them connect? Not really. You get a wee bit after the end of the credits. And really, some of the storylines are that lame that it's just there to promote the next Marvel movie, and there's not really any substance in it. So it's, but that's my take, and I'm not going to coil around and say, and try to make it out that I'm on the fence between Marvel and DC. I'm not, but it's these people that pretend that they are. That they're a fan of both, right? Or they're not one-sided, which they are, because especially when you make a headline saying DC Extended Universe is literally a joke, and he spends 11 minutes and 38 seconds talking about what to be honest, I only subtitled watched it. I don't think I could have listened to his face. I just watched the first 2 seconds of it, and the first 2 seconds was he wasn't interested in seeing Aquaman. He believes that there's nothing good will ever come of it. right now, it's going to hit $1 billion. So it's hopefully going to hit $1 billion. It's overtaken The Last Jedi, which was a film that just totally crushed my passion for Star Wars, and now we have Geeks and Gamers finally. Again, he's made another video because he knows he gets that view. He's made a video called The DCU Finally Has Hope. Hope was something that the Snyder fans or DC fans were getting from the movies in the first place. Something different. But no, Warner Brothers just had to intervene. Yes, they had to intervene just to make the money. But we understand that, don't we? Unlike FactFend, who's trying to think he's got all the facts. Well, if he had all the facts, then he would know how much interference these films has had. And maybe he hasn't seen the Ultimate Edition of BVS to know that wheelchair is made out of lead. Listen, it's... And then, of course, we have Geeks and Gamers again that I spoke about again. Right, he's now having to mince his word because he sees Aquaman. It's a wee bit like in the Marvel movies, and he's saying, "Oh, now we can get DC movies that you were getting it." It's just because you're biased in the way that you like your movies. You like your movies cheap and childlike. Where we had excellent actors in every role. We had Ben Affleck and Jason Momoa, and we had cream on a crop. Now this guy in FactFend or whatnot, he's saying the worst mistake you ever done was put big well-known actors in those roles. It isn't the known actors that make the character. It's like, I'm sorry to argue, but I think every DC character, every actor in the DCU is fantastic in their roles. And I think everybody laughed when Jason Momoa was chosen to be Aquaman. Why not Lobo? People laughed when Ben Affleck got the role, and cheered and then started calling whatnot. Then they seen BVS and totally loved him. People were up in arms about Henry Cavill walking away, up in arms at Ben Affleck. They're hoping that he's the next Batman in the movie. So, yeah, granted, the DCU might not be what it originally started out with, But what we're looking for in the future, thanks to Aquaman, that you, Mr. Factfiend, have said that you're not going to watch, he's actually says, we have great actors, we have great characters. All we've just got to do is just let the directors make the movie they wanted to originally. Right? We have Jason Momoa now, who's always constantly been a fan favourite. He's always backed his boy Henry Cavill, who's now came back on and and he said, no, I've spoke to Henry Cavill, and Henry Cavill is in no intention to leave Superman. On which we can all sigh a relief, because no matter what you thought about Man of Steel or BVS, you loved that actor. He captured what Superman was, and all those haters that didn't like Man of Steel, maybe you wake up one day and realise that he wasn't Superman then. He was just a guy that you could relate to. Yeah, it was a sci-fi film because he's an alien. So it's the only thing that is literally a joke are those people that are close-minded and not actually seeing that right now the DCEU so-called universe is only just starting. We're getting a foothold into something. The only thing that annoys me right now, I would say, is this Matt Reeves Batman movie. Right? That's the only thing that annoys me, because so far clickbait news articles is talking about that it won't be until November until the film starts shooting. And of course people are starting to say, who's going to be Batman? Who's going to be Batman? Logic so far says that Ben Affleck is still Batman. But why take all this time to get a film together? Now you can talk about the script. Listen, the more thought that goes into a movie can sometimes lead to it being overthought and actually come out worse, because you're overthinking things. You're overthinking that, we can capture this, and all you have to do is stay true to the character, put him in a tight spot, look at his character development, and then make the movie. You don't have to spend a couple of years just writing a script. That is nonsense, because you've got the material there. DC Comics have great writers behind the scenes. So what makes me question this longevity? And you go, why take a year? We've got all these great characters. We've got Henry Cavill, Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa, and Batman. Why can we not make a movie of Batman? There's been so many Batman movies. It's one of these characters where you put him on the screen and he's bound to make some money anyway. So no, DC, I don't know why. The DC Extended Universe is literally a joke? No, it's the way you're thinking about it. No one's called it really the DCEU really. The only people that called it the EU were magazines. Right, because they thought that Warner Brothers was trying to copy the Marvel formula, and that was only down to one guy copying the Marvel formula, and that was the head guy. That was and we've got rid of him. But now news had broke out that said that we are going to make the continuity line this side, and then we're going to have a darker sort of universe this way. And in this darker side of the universe, we can make one-off movies that doesn't have to correspond to this one. Steven Spielberg has still said he is interested in coming on board to making a universe, but as long as he doesn't have to feel connected to anything else. And to be honest, that's all Marvel is. Marvel is just one wee film that's whose films could have been a lot better if they weren't hammered in by whatever comes next. If their storylines weren't hammered by having to please the next director for the next movie. And most of the directors in Marvel now are nobodies. I've never heard most of them, because all the good ones have been thrown away because of Feige. Because Feige has a vision, and that is to keep it cheap. Cheap looking and kid friendly. So the only joke I would say is the Marvel universe is a joke. Thank you.